I am making a Valentine bracelet today, and I hope that you will join me. The main items you are going to need are some beads. I found these beads at Hobby Lobby. You can purchase these at 50% off when they go on sale. And this is from the Color Gallery. These are all strung beads. I will be using these seed beads. And the number on this one is 2100105. I will also be using these pink ones. They're 3 different sizes, and the number on this one is 1812726. They are 4, 6, and 8 millimeter beads. They're like pink iridescent beads. I have 2 of those. They come with the same number, but the shades are just a little bit different, so pay attention to that when you buy yours. And then I also have these blue beads, and you got multiple colored beads on these strands, and the number is 2033389. When you are working with any sort of beads, it's always good to have like a tray available. So I'm going to be using this one. You can use a tray, you can use a lid, just something to help catch all that bead. And if you prefer, they do have a beading mat you can purchase, but it's not necessary. Now, I will be using some additional supplies for the assembly of my bracelet. You are going to need some threading. Now, make sure you have beading thread, simply because it's made with nylon and it has all the extra fiber to keep it strong. And then you're going to need a beading needle. Just make sure you have one that will fit through all your beads. And then I will be using some jump rings. I have 3 different sizes here, so pick the ones you prefer. I will use one to catch my threading, and then the other one I'm going to adhere my threading ring to, and then that's going to attach to the clasp. So you're going to need a clasp like this. This one comes as a set, so which is good. I'm going to use one to catch one side and then the other to catch the other side. So I have those available, and just make sure to have 2 of each size of the jump rings. And then one more item. Well, you're going to need 2 of these. This is to help catch all that threading that you're going to put into your bracelet. You're going to need to tie off that knot on the string. So this just helps hide that. And you're going to need 2 of those. And then make sure to have your round barrel tools. And you'll need a needle nose plier. Just whichever tools you prefer, have those close by. And then I also have my wax. And what this does is just to help string your needle with your threading. I like my bracelets to fall between 7 and 7.5 inch long. I like my bracelets to slide. So if you like yours to be snug, make sure to adjust your bracelet according to that, according to your preference. Let me backtrack just a little bit. I want to say, no, you need to at least have 2 of these. These are like the little thread hiders, like the knot hiders is what I call them. You may need additional ones, so I'll let you know if I use additional ones on these. So it's always good to have these on hand. Same thing with like the jump rings. It's better to have an assortment of sizes. Now, the first thing I did is I went ahead and removed all the paper hangers. Now, we're always tempted to take everything off the string, right? Just to cut everything off. Don't do that. Keep them on the string. So taking the knot out is going to take a moment, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have my needle threaded. I'm using a size 10 needle because that's the largest I have. So I did cut my thread to about 54 inches, like a yard and a half. Well, you cut your thread to the size you're comfortable with it. I just like nice long piece of thread. I have decided I want to work on the pink ones. I'm going to go ahead and put a knot at the end of my thread in here. And then I'm going to carefully take off a group of beads at a time and then restring it. So just put it between your finger there and then just drop that. And I'm pulling them off this way and then just keeping with the pattern of the way the beads are going. Oop, see there? I lost the bead, but that's okay. I will find it later, I'm sure. Oh, there it is. I'm going to add that right there. While I'm stringing it, I'm going to add in a few of these pink beads here. And just any one, any size. So like this one, see? That can go right there, and then I can grab some more. I am at 7 inches on my beads, so I want to go ahead and tie it off, but before I do that I need to make the ending a little longer, just so I have some extra threading to work with at the end. There we go. Now see, I want to go ahead and knot the side now. And I left a length on here, so this is my first one completed, and I'm going to move this aside, but I'm going to move it up the table just a little bit because I want to use this as reference. I want to create the 2 other strands of pinks that I need. Remember, I had a strand of pink in this bundle and a strand of pink in the second bundle. Now when I do the next 2 strands of pinks, I want to stagger the large beads. So this is where a reference comes in. So I don't want everything in a straight line, so it helps to have this on the table. I have completed the 3rd strand of pink. I wanted to show you this before I started on my blues. See there? This is why you need that first strand as reference, so you can stagger the large beads. You see that? So you get, not everything is all in a straight row. I'm going to put this aside and then I'm going to do my blue strands. So I need There's one in that pile, and then I have two in the other pile. So I also need 3 strands of blues. let me show you all the strands of beads I've finished. So here I have my pink ones. So cute. I love that. The shade of pinks is so pretty. And then here are my blue ones. There we go, look. Cute. And then here are my blue grays. The gray ones, I decided to do nothing but crystals on this one. And then I did the blues with the alternate large blue shades. And then this one, I put pink on there. I think that's a really good combination, right? So now we just combine everything like this. And then see how it looks. If we want to make alterations before we tie everything together, this is the time to do it. So let me get the ends together. So see here, look at that. And then we can test it. So look at that. Isn't that just pretty? I love it. But you know what I think? I think I want to do like a solid pink. I want to do a solid blue and a solid bluish gray. I think that'll be awesome. So let me go ahead and do that. I have my beads here. So I separated them into two groups. I have 6 strands in each group. Now you can divide yours into 3 piles or 4 piles, however many you like. Now, another thing I did was you remember how I put a knot on each end? So I took the knot back out on one end first. Eventually I'm going to take the other side out too. The reason being, these clasps, it has a hole on the bottom here. Now, so you can run the threading through there. And then you can tie this off. Yeah, tie the knot in here. So that's what it's designed for. Now, if you don't want to do that, there's nothing wrong with tying it off here and then just tucking the knot in there. So, you know, it's all preference at this point. So take the threading. You can use a needle if you like. Again, it's all preference, but the hole on the bottom is large enough to where you can just feed the threading through. So there's one, and do that to all 6 strands. So it'll take a moment, but it can be done. And then just give it a slight tug so the threading is not in the way, and you can feed the rest of the threading like that. So every time you get the threading through, just tug it down out of the way. Now once you have all your threading through that hole there, see on the bottom, you want to take your group of strings or your threading and just tie a knot there. Again, don't lose patience. It can be bothersome here. Put it through there. If you need to use the helper, take what's this, something, pencil, pin, needle, to help get all the threading through. And then go see how they're create that knot and give it a really good tug. Now you can take each string like this and give it another tug. Do that to all your strings. And once you have done that, see, we have the knot right there, you see. Go ahead and cut the loose strings off. Cut it down, maybe to about there. And then, if you like, you can take a lighter and melt the rest of that threading down. So now you'll take the knot hider and pull it all the way up to the knot, and then just squish this together. If you need to, you can take your pliers, your needle nose plier, but use the flat surface to help squish it together. Be gentle. You don't want to deform that ball. Now you still have a bit of threading coming out, you see there? Now you can tuck that in also, but you can also take a lighter and just melt that down, because it is nylon threading, so it'll melt down. Be careful, it's hot. But you know, flames. If you need to do that a couple of times, just get that melted down. You're good. See there? Now this is ready to be attached to the jump ring. So now I want to do the same to the other side. I'm going to turn these. Catch all these and then slide all the beads down. Take the knots back out. The needle through the knot and then give it a slight tug and it comes out, see? See there, here's another one. Okay, that knot's back out. And I'm going to do that to all 6 strands. Now I'm going to gather my threading and I'm going to make sure that all the beads, they get flushed down to the bottom of the threading here. Now, before you put the knot on the side, make sure your beadings are not all twisted and tangled. Gather that. Give it a slight pull so everything's all taut. See, and then make sure again the beads are all dropped. You don't want to tighten it too much, because if you tighten the beads, you know, you crowd it, your strands will look all crazy. I'm gonna shorten this a little bit, easier to work with. Now I need my next clasp. It's right here. And I'm going to start feeding my threads through the hole. When we tied the knot on this side, we didn't have to worry about where we tied the knot. On this end here, you're going to want to tie the knot as close as you can to the clasp right here. So, you know, that's why you want to make sure all the beads are down, but you don't want to overcrowd it. And then go ahead and create that knot. So I have a thread here that doesn't get that through. Okay, I got all my threading through. Then you can use your needle here. Put it through the hole of all the threading, right? Hopefully you can see. trying to keep my fingers out of the way. See how some of my threads have dropped? I will need to tighten those again. Yeah, see, sometimes you have to take that knot back out because it's just in the way. Now, let me try to shorten this again and make sure I don't have any long threading showing up. So give these a tug individually. There we go. That one and that one. Okay, there we go. And then this one. I need to give this one a pull. Let's see, it's this one here. There we go. And then again, we're gonna do our best to put that knot in there one more time. And slowly tighten that knot. Again, you want to keep everything down. You don't want to accidentally loosen any strings. Keep it tight on, and then you gotta so much going on right now. So keep the knot down, give it tight with a little tug. Okay, and then you should get that. You get that ball right there in the class. See there? Now we want to tighten that knot. We want to compress that knot. So you want to take each of the threading and give it a tug. Just like we did the other side, you know. It helps to compact that knot. I think that's good. Give it a nice tug. Put your finger against the knot right there and pull. See? Then trim that down. See there? And then close that. See there? And then, just like as we, we did with the other side, we have all this fluffy thread coming out. I'm going to move it to the side, so take your needle if you have to. Push it aside. Again, don't forget, hot flames. Melt that down, see? Like that. Now I need to do the same with this grouping right here. I'm just finishing up right here. Now, I wanted to show you, you can always melt down your threading right here before you close the clasp. So flames, again, be careful, it's hot. So you have to be careful when you're burning it here so you don't accidentally burn that thread on the knot. So once that's done, squish that melted piece down and then close the clasp. You know, either way, it accomplishes the same thing. You burn it on the outside, burn it on the inside, you know. And then take your helper and help close that up. There we go. See there? Cute, right? So I have the two strands available and ready to be put together. You are going to need a jump ring to connect these two strands together. So I have this one here. Now, when you're opening a jump ring, you want to separate it away from each other, like this way. Twist it open instead of, separate this way instead of going this way. And then take this and then feed it through the little ring right there on the clasp itself. So put that on there, and then take that second one, put it on there, and then again you want to close it together. Again, you want to close it this way instead of squishing this way. See, it's stronger when you open it this way and then squish it back together. So here we go, see, that's one. And then let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Open it up just a little bit, enough to slide this piece through. Okay, there we go. So I have a jump ring on each side now, see there? Now I need another jump ring. Now you can use the same size jump ring if you like. It's all preference. I want to add the clasp, so something to help put the whole piece together. Now you can use another size just like that. You can use a smaller jump ring, whichever one you want. And I switched out my clasp. I decided to use this one. So this one you just squeeze together and it comes apart, see? And it takes off. It hooks like that. And then you hook it back in and you slide it back in together. I like this one because I can do it with one hand. As I want to show you another clasp. There are different clasps available. You saw the one I showed you earlier, it's that lobster clasp. I guess they call it a lobster clasp because, it's like a lobster that pinches together. Now this is the one I showed you earlier. So it has a little hook here. You open it up, pull that off, and then rehinge it. Now you can do this with one hand too. There's nothing wrong with using that one. And then they also have this one available. It's round, and again it has that little slider here. Slide that back and it comes off like this. So whichever one you want. There are a lot of different type of clasps available. Go with what you're comfortable using. Now I'm going to take this jump ring right here. I'm going to open it. Now this jump ring is a little larger. And I'm going to slide this on here. And I'm going to take this, slide this jump ring on here, and then I'm going to close this up. There we go. And then see. Now I want to take this side and get another jump ring, open it. So the thicker your wire is, the sturdier it is. So slide the jump ring on and then take the other half of the clasp and then secure that on there. Like this, and then close this up. So you see there, a bracelet. Isn't that wonderful? So squeeze together, open it up, and look at that. I'm going to give you a closer view. Look at this. All the wonderful colors. I love it. It's Valentine without blaring and, without the blaring colors. So this clasp works like this. You hook it here. Okay, if I can. There you go. And then push it back in like that. Take it apart. like that, right? Cute, right? So I take it like this. See, you can do it one-handed. And grab the hook. Hold on. Hook it. See, I hooked it. And then you push it together. Just like that. See, I like my bracelets when they just kind of like run loose. So it's all preference. And if you realize once you put it on there and it's way too big and it just slides off your hand. But if you realize that and if you want to change it out and make it a little shorter, it's not a problem. So just take, open it up. I'm going to put these two back together. It's easier to handle this way. If you're not happy with that, you can always take the larger ring, take it off, and then you can replace it with a smaller jump ring. So let me grab one of these here. So this is the same size as I have here. You know, go to the next size down. Again, open it up, connect that, and then take the clasp and slide that on, and then again close it back up. So here we go, see? And then that shortens that bracelet a little bit more, like this. Now you can always use a chain too if you like, but you'll have to use a different clasp, like the lobster or the round one. You can take this and adjust it on the chain, and that's another way to adjust the length of your bracelet. But look at that, how cute. I love this. And then close it up. Look at that. I like it. I'm quite happy with my new Valentine's bracelet. Look at this. So pretty. Let me zoom back. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I like it. So, see there. Again, make your bracelet to the length you're comfortable with. I just like mine when I go like this and it slides back, and then I can go like this and it slides forward. Look at that. So pretty. I love it. Again, here is my Valentine bracelet. Isn't that pretty? I love all the sparkles from the beads. Like these crystal beads, and then the blue ones have that diamond cut on them also. So pretty. And the little tiny crystal beads. I like it. It is so pretty. And then even after Valentine's Day, I can still wear it. Like if I'm wearing like a blue top or a white top, you know, like a cream color, they'll all go together, you know, like a dark shaded top or something like that. It'll look awesome on there, right? Thank you for stopping by. This is Aurelia at Aurelia's Crafting Ideas, and I will see you next time.